Oh! Oh, hello.
Netflix new series Cursed came out today. I wasn't as disappointed like I used to because now my bar of expectations are pretty low. So let's break down the season 1 of Lady of the Lake and explain the ending. Obviously spoilers ahead, you are warned. Thank you for clicking this. Without any delay, let's begin. So the series is based on a book, so they didn't just imagine another Supergirl, but so was Batwoman. The book is written by Frank Miller and he shows up in the show as well, I guess trying to be Stanley. So the series trailer and story was released last year and Catherine Langford is starring as Nimoy, the lead character. Now Catherine is a great actress and she did her job to the fullest. Now Nimoy is revealed that she is the daughter of Merlin and a witch herself as well. So the whole storyline is basically like they took all the past lore and shuffled to see what comes out. Then Nimoy joins with a mercenary called Arthur to escort the Excalibur to Merlin. I wasn't a fan of this plot where they degrade Arthur to a mercenary from a king. Merlin is played by Gustav and I think this is the most accurate character of Merlin that I have ever seen. Because Merlin wasn't all good in the books as he had selfish personality. Now Merlin has lost his power in the show and isn't as powerful as he used to be. The fight scenes in the series are downright shows us the lack of budget and creativity. And Excalibur is given way too much power. If you have seen Legends of Seeker, the both swords have the same features. Where if a good guy has the sword, he is good and it becomes worse in the hand of bad guy. There are many small stories as subplots in the show, as at one point Nimoy is a nun and meets Morgana, who turns out to be Arthur's sister. And like I said, shuffled all the backstories and the lore. Moving on, Merlin travels to a cave to meet Lord Rugen and Nimoy finds a little resistance group. Of course we got people who want world domination and let's turn to religion for that. And we have Weeping Monk and Red Paladins. And as in the lore, witches are despised. Actually it was magic which was banned, I think. Here we have the Salem vibe where the villain's sole job is to hunt down witches. So in the very beginning, Nimoy's village is destroyed and her people were crucified by Red Paladins. So we have some more characters, King Uther and the Queen Mother. Queen Mother gave birth to a stillborn child and didn't have an heir. So she appointed Uther as king. Now Merlin knows that Uther is not the rightful heir to the throne and Arthur is. Yes, I know I said that Arthur was shown as mercenary, but he will end up a king after all, thankfully, in the upcoming season. So halfway through the season, we learn how Merlin lost his magic due to the Excalibur, as it was literally pulled out from him. And he fell in love with Nimoy's mother, but she was promised to someone else. Enraged Merlin sacked Rome and killed a lot of people and then just walked away from the sword, as it was the source of his rage. Red Paladins were created by the aftermath of his actions. So because of that knowledge, Nimoy leaves Merlin and we go into the ending, where all-out war is declared between witches and Red Paladins. So Merlin travels to the Ice King Cumber, where he wants to trade the sword for Nimoy's life, as Nimoy is marked for death. And according to the series, no one can stop that. The knight Lancelot and Weeping Monk fight each other, where he learns that Monk actually has magic. But the Weeping Monk gains the upper hand and defeats Lancelot. The biggest twist comes here when Weeping Monk realizes that his position with the Red Paladins is not what he thought, and he slowly turns into one of the good guys. So all the characters from the Round Table are here in this series in one form or another. This young boy is Percival and leader of the Red Spear is Guinevere. So as we move to the end of the series, King Arthur poisons the Queen Mother to take revenge because Queen Mother actually killed Uther's mother. But in a sense of power hunger, he becomes her son when he kills his own surrogate mother. Now at the other hand, Nimoy has two choices, either hands herself to the Ice King or to Uther to save her people, and she chooses King Arthur. But Nimoy's people are attacked by Ice King's forces as they were trying to flee, and Weeping Monk fights with his own people to save Squirrel. So Nimoy finds Lancelot's dead body and is captured by the Red Paladins. But Death shows up and it is Morgana. As we see that when she killed Death, someone had to take the mantle of Death. Morgana saves Nimoy and Merlin, but as they were fleeing, Iris shows up and fires arrow after arrow towards her, and Nimoy falls down the cliff. So at this point, Merlin finally decides to pick up the sword and regain his powers. The Red Paladin shows up there and Merlin defeats them easily. Then Merlin and Morgana teleports from there. Iris gets a prize from the church for her efforts and might play a big role in season 2. So Nimoy seemingly dies by drowning, but I think this is where she'll actually become the Lady of the Lake and gain new powers along with the sword. Overall, I think the show was average and not the worst one. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the show and the ending, and what are you expecting from season 2. That was all. Here are some cool videos for you to watch next.